Welcome back to episode 182 of the Gun Guns Podcast. I'm your host, Troy.
Yeah, I'm your other host, Doug.
We use this podcast to talk about guns, the responsible Christian gun owner's interest. On this week's show, we'll be talking about our recent NRA annual meetings and sponsors that we met with and listeners. So, a whole lot to talk about. I want to thank our bandwidth sponsor, the Farmers Radio Network.
Thank you, Jake. Also,
And
Crossbreed Holsters.
Cool. I have lost my place. This week's God and Gun activities. Doug, what are you up to?
Let's see. God's side, I've been doing my daily devotionals. Church on Sunday. We didn't wind up going back up to the NRA on Sunday. So decided to go to church and make sure I was there this week. And of course, we're recording on Saturday night, so church in the morning again. So it'll be a good time. Gun side, of course, everyday carry. Still no suppressor. I'm just depressed. I don't understand. I guess it's all the watch lists that we're on, Troy. So it's the only thing I can think of. Had a great time at the NRA this past weekend. One thing I got to do I thought was really cool, and you usually don't hear this in synonymous with a cookout, but I got to go to a cookout / nighttime suppressor shoot. So that was a lot of fun with Iraqi veteran 8888 and his wife and, friends that we'd met at the show and a bunch of different guys. So that was a lot of fun. It's just cool when it's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night and you're outside shooting 7mm magnums and 6.5 Creedmoor suppressed, and you're not bothering nobody. The loudest noise on the whole place is when you hear the bullet hit the steel on the far end. So not a bad deal. I got a line on a little bit of ammo this week, so I'm buying some AR 9mm and 45. I'm fixing to pick up 1,000 rounds of each of those. So that'll be pretty cool. Other than that, I can't say I haven't done anything this week with guns because we spent the whole weekend at NRA. So we did a lot with guns, actually.
Yeah. We'll get into that here in the main topic.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it's sort of like my week. Well, been working on the God side, we're working on the mission team meeting tomorrow. We went out to Wyoming, Montana a few weeks back, and so we're going to have a debriefing meeting with the team that's going and potential people. We got some people that haven't made up their mind yet. So we're going to be talking with them, breaking all that out, what it's going to look like, trying to get all the team leaders chosen for the different projects we've got going on, and nailing down, try to get some exact numbers so I can make all the reservations I need to for hotels and vans and all the things we're going to need. So that's consumed a lot of my time last. On the personal side, we're trying to sell our place in Glasgow, and we really haven't put it on the market yet. And we had a couple that we know and said, hey, we got someone interested in our place, and can we look at your place and give us a price? And I'm like, we're not ready to price it, and we haven't even looked at the market, and the house is like a month out. And he's like, well, we want to look at like a week. So that happened right before we left for NRA. So I was like a day and a half late to the NRA because of that. We had to get some movers in to move the big stuff that I was literally, myself and Gunner were just wore out from carrying and moving and packing and boxing and carrying it from the basement and carrying from the shops and the garage. It was just a monumental amount of moving stuff. We've still been working on this like 4 months or so, pushing hard to move, and it's just so we hired movers and took 4 guys and 3 trailers, and we still didn't get it all. That happened while I was gone to NRA, and so I got back, and we've been painting and cleaning and fixing all those little things that you meant to fix over the years that you weren't in a hurry with, and then all of a sudden they became a big issue. So my back's out, my hip's out, is sick to some level or another. Two of the three have got strep now in the last 24, 48 hours. Daphne, my oldest girl, she's been fighting upper congestion, chest congestion, coughing for like 3 weeks now. So she's been sick working. Gunner's been working sick, and Audrey's was diagnosed with strep. So they're all antibiotics. It's just crazy right here, man. I mean, it's like everything can happen to us. I mean, the only thing is Krista hadn't went down yet. She's still trucking right along, and but we're just both wore out. We showed the house last night, and it looks promising. So we'll see what happens. It's all in God's hands. I just turned over to God and said, if this is it, great. If it's not it, then you'll send the right buyer, and I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, we haven't even really put on the market or even said anything, and already have a buyer lined up. And so that's cool. That's a God thing. So back to the gun stuff, really, other than playing with tons of guns and cool stuff at NRA and talking to all the distributors, I really haven't had time to do anything with guns other than I carry every day. Concealed carried every day at NRA and all over the city of Atlanta. Went out and went to the Grunt Style party and went some different places and met some different people while I was there in Atlanta. I wanted to go with you guys out to the Iraqi veteran. I was looking really forward to that. Actually, they invited me to stay at their place, stay at their house with the camper, and then I heard that they were a little bit tight on space, so I said, so I was so tired, man. Saturday, my legs were hurting, my back was hurting. I was in bad shape when I went to NRA because I've been moving stuff and working. And man, it's just, it is, you walk in, 6-7 miles a day in that place on concrete floors, and it just wears you out. And I was like, everybody I was going to catch a ride with was too tired to go to. Everybody I thought was going out there, I was going to catch a ride with, they were too tired too. And I was like, man, I don't want to go over and get my truck out of that parking lot and pay another $20 to drive. What was it, about 60 miles out there?
About 45 or so, probably.
45 miles out, and then come back at midnight, and I was already wore out. I thought, I'll be too tired to drive back, and I have to sleep in their yard or something.
Yeah, luckily for me, I was headed that way anyway to go home.
Yeah.
And so it was just it was only maybe 3 or 4 miles off the interstate, so it wasn't bad. And but we didn't get out of there. I don't think we left until, I don't know, 11:15, 11:30, something like that, when we finally left over there.
Yeah, I was going to go back Sunday. I was like, I'm going to go back and hit her vendors, the guys that support us and stuff. And I loaded up that truck, and I got that seat, and I was going to drive up to the parking up there at the convention center, and I was like, going home. I just turned and went north on 75 and headed home. And that's enough of that. But I'm looking forward to the day where I can shoot again.
I know, right?
I've still got the whole barn, what I call a barn, the whole storage building is packed full. My 2-car garage down there is still packed full. It's been raining cats and dogs. We couldn't finish up all the stuff we wanted to do on the house, outside painting and stuff like that. I told the guys that we couldn't do anything. I was going to bring some dirt in, level out a few spots. We took the old pole that was in there out, and it's just nuts. It was crazy. So, I'm just praying that God will, let me live long enough to get this house sold. Get out of there.
I hear you.
But hey, I'm looking forward to the mission meeting tomorrow. And I mean, we're on the downhill slope of it. Hopefully, we get sold and move on. Well, that's enough of that. People are like, move on to something funny or something better. So, EDC check, Doug. What you got today?
EDC check tonight. I'm still wearing my Glock 21 Team Never Quit ammo in it, and got an extra mag in my pocket and Kershaw knife on board.
Yep, me same old Glock 19 Gen 3. I've got it with the swear slide, so I can have my Trijicon on there. people at the show were wanting to see it, so I showed a few people the show without, drawing too much attention to myself. The funny thing was that our distributors and stuff, they were our sponsors. They had to have all their firing pins out of their guns. They couldn't have any ammo for sale. What happened to Atlanta, man? I mean, what happened to Georgia?
I don't know what was up with that. That was kind of weird because, I was talking to Justin, the guys over at Crossbreed, and they had to carry blue guns because they weren't allowed to even have a gun on them. And
jeez,
I was like,
why can they have their own personal gun on them? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I told Justin,
in the contract, I guess.
I told Justin, I said, dude, you need one? He goes,
slide you one?
Yeah, he's like, I'm good.
I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I mean, he's retired police. He can carry anybody anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Justin is. Well, so let's see. Yeah, I got the 26. I've been carrying the 26 as my backup most of the time, and it's a cargo pocket holster. I have my weak side, and I got a couple spare mags. Let's see, which knife am I carrying today? Carrying my CRKT knife there. I like the knife. The only weak pony bat's a clip, the little clip that holds, that you drop in your pocket. It keeps coming loose. I don't know. You get some JB Weld and stick in there or something. I don't know. Something to firm that up. Yeah, so that's my carry stuff for the day. And it's been my carry pretty much for almost a year now. So not much change there. Comedy Corner, what you got?
Comedy Corner. Chad sent me this today. I thought it was pretty cute, so I figured I'd go ahead and read this one tonight. Our teacher asked what our favorite animal was, and I said fried chicken. She said I wasn't funny, but she couldn't have been right because everyone in the class was laughing. I told my parents, told me to always be truthful and honest, and I am. Fried chicken is my favorite animal. I told my dad what happened. He said my teacher was probably a member of PETA. He said they love animals very much. I do too, especially chicken, pork, and beef. Anyway, my teacher sent me to the principal's office, and I told him what happened, and he laughed too. Then he told me not to do it again. Well, the next day in class, my teacher asked me what my favorite live animal was, and I told her it was chicken, and she asked me why, just like she did the other children. So I told her it was because you can make them into fried chicken. So she sent me back to the principal's office again, and he laughed, and he told me not to do it again. I don't understand. My parents always told me to be honest, but my teacher doesn't like it when I am. So today, my teacher asked us to tell us who was our favorite person that we admire the most. I told her Colonel Sanders. Can you guess where I'm at now?
You don't know. Let's do it again.
Yeah. Back at the principal's office.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
So listener feedback, had one here from Dwight Settle. So Dwight Settle is the managing director at Seal One. He's good buddies with our buddies over at Axelson and all the guys at Alliance, Antarius Alliance, excuse me. And of course, he's a former teams guy. And got to meet him, I've met him before, just, hey, how you doing kind of thing. But got to talk to him quite a bit at the Grunt Style Party on Friday night, and got to talk to him at the show quite a bit. And he's wanting us to pick up his products. He just said it was a pleasure meeting you at the show, and still get to meet again. Stay safe, and God bless. Great guy. It reminds me a lot of Ron. Got the same kind of mannerisms and stuff, and just a good guy. So it was good to meet him. Met a lot of people. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the show here in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had another feedback from Matthew. You want to read that one? It's another joke. I guess we throw this in the joke too.
Hold on, man. I'm going to have to make this a little bigger. I ain't going to be able to read that.
Do you need glasses, Doug?
Dude, I do need glasses. I got glasses, but they just ain't working like they used to. Just telling it like it is. A man was packing up for a weekend hunting trip while his wife has coffee with a friend. He finished loading up his gear in the truck, kisses his wife goodbye, and heads out to the hunting lodge. The wife's friend noticed that all the ammunition is still in the gun cabinet and says, I guess he will have to buy some ammo on the way once he realizes he forgot to take it. The wife replies, no, he never brings ammo when he goes hunting. Well, why on earth would he go hunt without any ammo? The friend asked. Well, said the wife, it's cheaper and the results are the same. I got friends like that. I got friends like that. They might as well not load the gun.
Yeah. I just never get to go. It's my problem. I'm just going to have to. I did go, but it rained me out for what was I shooting? Prairie dogs. That's what I wanted to shoot.
Yeah, prairie dogs. You got to pack up and come down to Arkansas with me this year, duck hunting.
Yeah. I was over at Benelli looking at those, the new, what is it? Black Eagle 3?
Super Black Eagle 3.
Super Black Eagle 3. Oh, man. That camo pattern, they don't come out to June, but man, that camo pattern is cool. The new one.
Isn't it nice?
Oh, man. That's like, I'm going to have one of these, but I just don't know if my marriage will survive it. I'm going to have to sell some stuff.
Man, they're awesome. I want one so bad I can't stand it. I wish we could figure out a way to
get them sponsored.
get them to sponsor the show.
I told the guy, I said, man, we love your products. We talk about them on the show all the time, you know. He said, well, I don't have to sponsor you if you're always talking about my products. Then like that just ain't right, man.
Is that what he told you? Oh, that's just wrong.
He was laughing. I gave him a card anyway. I told him to pass it on to his marketing lady. I actually know some of the marketing people through LinkedIn. I need to hit them up a little harder.
Mm-hmm. I was over at the Benelli booth and actually got to see Tony Vandemore, who is with Habitat Flats down in Louisiana, big duck hunting operation stuff. Laid back guy, just a super nice guy to meet and talk to. And I told him I was starting my own service up in Arkansas in Stuttgart, and he told me, he said, man, he said, if I can do anything for you, answer any questions, help you out, just holler. He said, I'd be happy to do it. And he actually was willing to come on the show and talk. So I was like, well, cool. So we'll be hitting him up here shortly, but he shoots for Benelli. So that might be another end.
Yeah. We'll take every angle we can get.
Yeah.
We don't care.
No, not at all.
Verse 2. It's going to be a short one, guys. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. I can tell you for a fact that I've met trials of various kinds. Last month has been crazy. Now, what it's specifically talking about here is when you're under persecution as a believer. So, not that you're under trial because you were stupid and did something and got yourself in trouble, but when you're under trials of things that you didn't really do anything wrong, you just being obedient to God, following His lead, and living out your life before others as a believer. And when you get attacked for that, then you're blessed, right? So we should remember, we talked about this a few weeks ago, and our buddy Tony, when we was at the show, said, hey, which one of you all was talking about need to clean up my mouth? And I was like, that would have been Jesus, or in the Bible. It was the Bible verses were actually, I was just repeating them. I'm not speaking from authority here. I'm speaking from, I heard it from the source, and I'm just repeating. But yeah, Tony Sam, he was hilarious. We got to sit down and talk to him some in the press room. But we're called to live a life different than the rest of the world. We're called to be salt and light in this world. We're called to stand up for God. We're not to shirk away from it, not to be afraid, not to be fearful of man, only to be fearful of God. And so that's going to cause us to be under attack. If we're living our life as we're called to do, we're speaking words of Scripture. If we're living out the Christian walk in life and standing on those godly principles, we're going to be called out. It's not going to be easy. If it's easy and everyone accepts you, then you're probably living like the world. You're not living like God calls us to live. So that's James is a hard those letters from James. They are very, very calling you out on the carpet. If you call yourself a believer, you better walk the walk and talk the talk. And I thought that was pretty funny. What we got. Tony said he had to clean up his act. So
he's a trip too.
He's hilarious.
Did you see him? I saw a video of him and Ron was over at Lehigh Ammo, and Tony was. Did you notice Tony on that video that Ron posted in the background dancing?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you had to check that one out. It was funny.
Yeah, we need to have him on the show too. So
yeah,
he's a believer. He's a confessing sin believer like the rest of us.
Yep.
So,
and he's from New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, that's forgiveness for that right there off the bat.
I know.
That's a sin right there. Yeah. No, we got friends in New Jersey. Don't hit us. Don't be mad at us. We're pulling for you. I'm just not going to come visit you. You come visit me. I'm not going to go visit you. That's sad too, because man, I like the Northeast. I mean, it's beautiful up in there, up to the Northeast, especially in the fall and the leaves turning. My wife's got family in Boston and in Massachusetts, and there's a like a 60th wedding anniversary. She got an invitation to, says she wants to go. I was like, have fun. I'm not going. I said, if they have it in Maine, I'll go up there, man. I'm not going to Boston, or where is it? New Hampshire. Yeah, I'll meet them up in there. But the trouble is, you got to go through New York to get there.
Oh yeah,
and so you might go to prison for the rest of your life. Just traveling through New York.
Yeah, just driving through.
Yeah, and all the planes to get up in the Northeast, you got to hop through Boston or New York one. Unless you take a private charter, and I just don't have that kind of money. So, all right. So, how can you help out the show? At the request of several listeners, Patreon account was established, and we have some awesome guys and people that are supporting us, and we appreciate that. And if you'd like to support our show, you can go to patreon.com/God and Guns, and the top contributors still are Tim Kim, Doug Schultz, and Steve Stone. So we appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to break into NRA annual meeting. We're talking about the things that we enjoyed most of the show and all the people we got to see. So, Doug, you want to start off, and I'll just jump in?
Sure. Right off the get-go, first day, as I'm driving up, Troy calls me, and he says, hey, he said, how far out are you? I said, probably 10 or 15 minutes. I'm looking for parking. He's like, all right. He said, Justin just called from Crossbreed Holsters, and we have a bunch of listeners there that want to meet us. I'm like, yeah. Already? He's like, yep. I was like, okay. So I get there. Of course, they had already took off and went different places, but walked up, started talking to Justin in Crossbreed's booth, and he showed me the new products and really awesome stuff coming out.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Next thing I know, Nathan's slapping a microphone on me and Justin, and we're going live on Facebook. There we go. So
there you go.
So there we go. So it was really cool. They got the it's the Founders series holster that has Mark's signature across the Crossbreed logo, and
beautiful.
It's an awesome holster, and I cannot believe I do not have mine in here with me.
I'm wearing mine.
Are you wearing it right now?
I'm like a good host who's sponsored by Crossbreed. I'm wearing.
There you go.
There's mine.
There it is.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's got without shooting myself, put it over here out of the way, but it's already broken. You can already see, but it's got. I don't know if you can make it out down there or not, but It's probably already worn in. But it's got Mark's signature right there on the cross. And the colors are already starting to change some. It's getting light in other places and darker in others. And really comfortable. It's broke in. I thought it would take a couple weeks. And, man, within like 4 days, 5 days now, since I got it. I got it like right before the show. And then you can see it's already molded to my body. But it's just great, man. I tell you what, I may have mentioned this before. I wore my Crossbreed. I mean, I wear it every day, but I wore the one that they gave me like 2 years ago out to Wyoming, Montana. I mean, I've slept in the thing.
Oh yeah.
Crystal say, "Are you wearing a gun?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Why are you wearing?" I said, "It's so comfortable. I just don't ever take it off. I mean, only time I take it off is I'll take my gun out of it at night and I'll put it on the bedstand, my pants, wherever, at the end of the bed or on a chair beside the bed. And then so if I gotta get up in the middle of the night, I just slip on my pants or whatever from the night before, drop my holster in it, go and check it out. I've got my gun on me, I've got my spare mags, I got everything right there ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I get take a shower, get ready and stuff, I'll move all my stuff over to the next pair of pants, whatever. But I just keep it there handy so it's ready to go. I got my backup still, my cargo pocket of whatever pants I wore the day before, and then I'm just ready to go. But man, that is a comfortable holster.
Oh, I tell you, man, because the first day I was wearing my other holster that had my HK in it, and which is a great holster. I had it on all day, and I was wearing it. Well, when I got up there, they hadn't had a chance to ship me mine out before the NRA show. So when I walked up, first thing Justin did gives me one for my Glock 19. So I was like, cool. So I got it in my bag and stuff, and I'm going to carry it. Then I put it on the next day here at the house, wore it up to Atlanta all day at the show. I'm down at Iraqi veteran. The suppressor shoot. I didn't get home till probably close to 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'd had the gun on all day, no problem. So one thing that was pretty cool, and I got to tell this story. I'm coming in on the first day, and you had to go down like, I don't know what, 20 or 30 levels. It felt like, to get down to the floor. So it's reality. It's like 4, but anyway, I'm going down the escalator. Well, there's this lady standing there, and she's in front of me with her husband, and she's telling him, she goes, yeah, she said, there's so much security around here. They're not letting people carry guns. And I'm like, So I say, excuse me. I said, I heard you say it, but you can carry guns. And she's like, oh, really? I said, sure. I said, it's the NRA. You can carry guns on the floor and stuff. And she looked at me, and the first day I had my shirt tucked in, wearing my Crossbreed holster. And she looked at me, and she just kind of looked down at my side, and she said, well, you're not carrying one. I said, are you sure about that? And she said, well, I don't see it. I said, well, just because you don't see it don't mean I'm not carrying. I said, yes, I am carrying too. I said, you need to come check out our sponsors at Crossbreed Holsters. So I showed her the holster, and I pulled my shirt on the side just a little bit where she could see the clips and stuff. And she's like, well, where did you get that at? Because I got to go see those guys. I said, I'm heading there now. I said, I'll take you over there. And I think her and her husband both wound up buying holsters. So it was a good day. You never know what you're going to hear when people are talking on escalators and everything else.
Yeah. You hear all kinds of crazy comments, but people that haven't been to NRAs before, they don't really realize that that's one of the stipulations. NRA, our people have to be able to carry their guns in the show, and so places that normally don't allow them to have guns are like, okay, y'all are bringing millions of dollars into our town, we're gonna let you. Plus, they don't ever have any trouble with the NRA members. The NRA members come to town, crime drops.
Yeah, crime drops, exactly. They said that day 2 on Saturday there was moms against everything protesting, up top. Well, I went up there and I saw both of them, and they didn't look too upset to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 people. I saw them in Indianapolis. They said there was a big protest outside on the news, and they showed like 4 or 5 people. They're all right up close on them, And I was
Right.
like straight. I look, and I'm like, there's like 3 women over there sitting in lawn chairs. I'm like, wait,
Yeah, holding
you
signs. We
got
don't like guns.
79 to 85,000 people there, and you got 3 people outside on the street standing in front of the cameras, and the cameras are on those people. They're not on the people rolling in and out of the NRA. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're the ones that making the news, not the other guys.
Yeah, they always talk about the gun violence like it's NRA members that are out there, shooting people in the streets and stuff.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
So we did get to spend a lot of time up at the crossbreed booth, helping out up there with the guys some. Mm-hmm. And let's see, what did we do? We went down and saw our buddy Larry Lasky down at Froglube.
Yep.
And actually, I learned something new. So, and I have it sitting right here. So this I had never seen before. This is Froglube Degreaser. And Larry was showing it off in something that you probably wouldn't. It goes against all common knowledge of guns and things that you would not want to do. He had a little tub set up, and he had this degreaser. He said dilute it down to about 5 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, whichever one you want to go with. And he poured it in a little plastic container. And he took a Glock apart, and he dropped all the pieces down in this water and just laid them in there in a bath. And I'm like, oh man. And he put all of it in there. He put the polymer pieces, the barrel, the springs, all whole 9 yards.
So your firing pin, the internal springs, the extractor, everything was dropped right into the solution.
Everything, just laid it in there. He said, leave it in there. He said, and he had just frog lubed the slide because he was showing me and Troy how it works. He said, so I'm going to put this in there. He puts it in there. He's talking to us. And there was another guy walked up that was talking, that was watching as well. Left it in there for what? Minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
He takes it out. He takes a rag, wipes it down, dries it off, and he says the best way to get the water out of the springs and stuff on the internal for your firing pin, he said, just give it a couple good shakes. He said that'll sling it out and you can dry it off. So he dries it off, and the slide, it physically looked different on the slide. There was no oil, there was no anything, no lubricant whatsoever on this thing. And then he took just a drop of frog lube and put it right on the slide and took his finger and just rubbed it, and it rubbed down the top of it. And you could see that frog lube absorb into that gun and lube it up. He said it doesn't take much. He said most malfunctions, and it made sense. Most malfunctions at the range are not because your gun is not old enough. It malfunctions because there's something that has gotten in there, dirt, powder, something that is impeding the action of that gun. So he's putting his gun right in that bath of solution, and he said it takes it right out. And he showed us he had a what was it? It was a bolt out of an AR.
Yeah.
He had dropped in there, and you could actually take that bolt, and you could see him. He would rub it with his finger, and you could see the junk coming off of it. And he said, just take a little brush it off, do it. So I'm going to actually make a little video. I'm actually going to dip one of my guns. I might dip one of my buddy's guns and do his for him, and just show him before I do my. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do one of my guns. And I'm going to drop
you put that Scout Arms in there.
Hey, I like that little gun, but I would drop it in there though and see before I drop one of my Glocks or HKs and just see how it works. But I saw him do it there. I know how it's going to work. It's going to work well. And I mean, what a testimonial! Just do it right there on the spot for somebody and let them see what the benefits of the product are. Right. Shoot. And he just kept dunking that joker in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told him, I said, man, that just goes against all principles of guns. You just don't put them in a bathtub and let them sit.
I mean, the ultrasonic cleaners. I mean, you do that same thing with the ultrasonic cleaners. You drop them in a basket and run the solution through them, but you got relube everything when you put it back together. Of course, you don't lube up your internals on your Glocks.
Yeah, he had the polymer lower off the Glock in there as well. He had everything in there. He just had a whole Glock.
Yeah, he dropped it on there.
I was like, holy cow! But he's a cool guy. He's very laid back. He said he wanted to come back on the show again with us, and he could talk about the new product and Froglube Extreme.
Yeah. So I stopped in and saw. Well, of course, we were hanging out at Crossbreed. We had several people come up. It was Wally came up. I can't remember all the different guys. I know there was like 6 there at Crossbreed that I saw one day.
Yep.
Probably, I don't know, 2 probably had. I think how many people I met. Probably at least a dozen more in the aisles, just walking up to the aisles, and the chances of you running into someone that listens to the show. I mean, I have my badge on, and I'm sort of a unusual character walking down through the hallway, but just the amount of people that's come and say, "Hey, Troy," "Hey, what's going on, man?" Just shake your hands. I love NRA because you get to meet everybody and talk to everybody. Ergo Grips, talked to my buddy Ernie over there. He showed me some of the new stuff they've got, and they've got these hard anodized for the AR carbines. Did you see the pictures I posted?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Purple, and so I'm thinking about doing a build because she needs an AR, and all the girls need ARs, and that's her favorite color. I thought, man, that would be cool. It had the whole lower hard anodized, and then it had purple stock, telescope stock, and then had the skeletonized foregrip. It was just beautiful gun, and he showed me all the new stuff. He said I told him we'd have him on the show later on, but we've 5 or 6 years and just got really cool products. Talked to him about maybe some new products down the road. I had some ideas for, and he said, "Yeah, it's just have to come up with the tooling. I have to be able to make enough off of it to pay back the tooling because every time they run a new product, you're talking about $5,000 for a die to inject mold or to set up and run these programs. So they have a lot of cool products over there. There's still a coupon code. I think it's still good for another week or so that I posted over on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And their buddies at Interius Alliance, Casey and Ron, and all those guys. Of course, Ron was Reaper Outdoors and Reaper Ammunition. And, man, there's just so many people are into all the Farms Rio Network guys. I saw them all over the place.
Yeah, you froze for a second.
I thought it was you.
The very first day, Friday, I'm coming down the escalator, and there's guys standing at the bottom when I'm getting off. And the first day I had my God and Guns podcast shirt on.
Yeah.
And one of the guys looks at me and goes, "Hey, I know you. You're Doug." I looked over. I'm like, "Hey, I know you guys too. You're all from the Farms Radio Network."
Yeah.
And Hank was in the media room getting his credentials when I went in and got mine, and so I got to talk to him for a little bit. So it was cool getting to see those guys and hang out with them a little bit.
Yeah, I caught Jake as he was coming in and getting his credentials. I stuck my finger in his back. Stick him up. He's like, ah. But no, this is good. I tell you what, man, the NRA is so much fun. If once you get to know some people in the industry, just to go and talk to them and hang out with them again. We ran to 45. Talked to him. He's like, "Hey." We caught him off guard. He was talking. He was looking at grips, some kind of fancy engraved grips and stuff. Caught him off guard. Just talked to him for a while, and just all the I really enjoy it. I hope you guys, if you ever get an opportunity, it's going to be in Dallas next year. Yeah. So
Dallas.
So you Texas guys, we're going, I'm endeavoring to go. I mean, I went to Houston a few years ago. Houston's not as far as Dallas, but not quite as populated either, I don't guess. This
I'm
is going
planning
to
on
be
going.
like Atlanta. I think it's just going to be inner city kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with Dallas, honestly.
I've been to Dallas 3 or 4 times. Back in my Air Force days, I had to go down there to TDY a few times. It's a nice place. It's pretty down there. I like it. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a good time if we get to make it, which I think we will. We'll probably do it.
You're going to be really close because you're going to be in Arkansas then, won't you?
Yeah. I hope. So I got to we got to go down and hang out. Luckily, Jeff Axelson was at the show this year with Axelson Tactical, and got to spend some time with him hanging out. He's just a cool dude. He's a lot of fun to hang out with, and hopefully we're going to be announcing some stuff with Axelson Tactical with us, some things that we're going to be doing with those guys. And
got my shirt on.
Got your shirt. There it is. But those guys they make an awesome product, and one of my buddies that I work with just he wanted one forever. So I talked to Jeff at the show about it, and hence where part of this came around at. But I wound up Jeff gave him a fantastic deal on a new Combat 5.56, like the ones Troy and I have, and he bought it. It should be into our dealer on Tuesday, so he'll have it. So it's funny. Jeff texts me. He goes, "Hey man," he said, "Yeah, we're going to get him all hooked up." He said Russ is going to be calling you and getting all your information and shipping and stuff. And he's going to start setting it up. So Russ texted me, and I finally called him. He said, "Yeah." He said, "Just give Donna a call, and she'll work out the payment and the shipping and your FFL dealer and all that good stuff." I was like, "Okay." I said, "Is this Donna Jeff's mom, or Donna that works there, taking shipments and stuff?" He goes, "Actually, it's both. She works there, and it's Jeff's mom." So I called her up, and I'm talking to her on the phone, and I told her who I was, and as soon as I told her who I was, she's like, "I am so disappointed I didn't get to see you guys at the NRA this year." And
I was want to see her in Corky.
Yeah, she stayed back this year, taking care of grandkids, and didn't get to make it. But she's just a pleasure to be around. She's a lot of fun. And I told her we missed her, and hopefully we get to see her in Dallas this coming year. So, but be ready for some things that we're gonna work with Axelson Tactical. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yep, and we're friends with everybody and enemies of none. So, so for you that are in the know, you know what I'm talking about. So, I really enjoyed their whole family. Corky, the dad, he is awesome. I got to spend a lot of time with him up in Montana last summer, and my son Gunner did too. And they're just good, hardworking, honest. Really enjoy getting to talk to them. Ran into John over at Laser Activated Shot Reporter, and he got their demo out there running their Laser Activated Shot Reporter. So if you guys don't know what that is, you can look it up.
Shame.
You can use our link in our show.
Shame on you.
The trouble we got right now is that we got hacked.
Yes.
Our website is messed up. Everybody's sending us messages. "Hey, what's wrong with your website? What's wrong with your website?" I'm like, "I don't know. Something's wrong with that." Doug got in it and is trying to find out what's going on. Found out it got hacked at some point, and so their heads trying to get it figured out. And so just be patient with us, and we'll sooner or later we may have to enlist an intern, an unpaid intern, listeners of ours that knows what's going on, can fix this thing, is it's above my pay grade. I'm getting too old to try to keep up with all this stuff. I do good enough just to get this thing posted once a week.
I know what's wrong with it, and
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when Troy and I inherited it, we just pulled it over from the old site when we took over, and got the domain and everything set up, or got it in our names, and we actually had control of it, and we didn't change the format on how things are done on it.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the way it is set up is probably one of the most vulnerable things that you can have out there, because it's a third party um, CSS style sheets and stuff that runs it, and they give that out for free to anybody that wants it, so they can make their own little back doors or whatever they want. So that's how they get hacked. So I just got to go back in and put a new template on it, and I think it'll be back, because I couldn't get in it to start with, and I finally got in, and I went back and I tried to restore it from the time that we noticed that it was messed up. So I tried to go back a few days before that, and I restored it. And then when we did that, then Troy and I, neither one could get in, and nobody could see it because it said you were forbidden from going to that site.
Yeah.
Well, now it's back again because I've been on the phone with them like 6 or 8 times. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it this week. It'll be back up,
All right.
one way or the other.
Yeah, it's just been I know people were like, "Yeah, I can't get to your shows." I'm like, "Well, you go iTunes, you go Stitcher, you go all the other sites to download them." And I apologize. If I could make it work, I would, but I'm not that tech savvy. So who else did we see there? We saw. We didn't get to see Steve. Steve had to work. He was like on his way and got called back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to go by and see him on the way home, but he's like over in Knoxville, and I was like, man, I won't get home till like at night, and I was already dead tired.
I know.
Hey, Wally's on here.
Is he? Hey, Wally.
He's over here in the live chat. Guys, you have to forgive me because I multitask for. I'm trying to multitask here and be online live and try to live chat, and I think I'm too old for that. I see Wally's over there. We met Wally down at Crossbreed booth and got to talk to him for a little while. What else did we get to see? Oh, your whole family came except for the wife. You made her mad.
Yeah. The girls up there. Well, she was at home, kind of like Mrs. Axelson. You know, she was at home taking care of the grandkids, the grandpups, I should say. You know, somebody had to be home for Ella and watch her. And she said she appreciates everything I do with the show and the guns and stuff, but that just does not interest her much. So
she didn't want to go to Landon and walk around for 6-7 miles to see all the different guns.
No, she cared less. And it was funny. My daughter comes up. Tara's with me with her boyfriend, future husband, and they're walking around, and she thinks it's just hilarious that somebody would be waiting at a booth to talk to me and you. And I'm like, well, they listen to us on the show and stuff. They just want to come up and say hey and talk to us, you know. And she thought that was funny. Well, I was walking along with Matt, my future son-in-law, and one of our listeners just walks up and puts his hand on my back. He goes, "Hey, Doug." And I turned around and I'm like, "How you been?" And started talking to him and his daughter. And as soon as we got done talking, we walked away, and Matt goes, "I'm calling Tara right now and tell her I saw it firsthand, that somebody stopped you in the middle of the aisle and just started talking to you." And I was like, yeah. You know, I want to talk to them. I want to talk to everybody that wants to talk to us. You know, I do the same thing.
Anybody listen to us, man? We're happy to meet and talk to them.
Yeah. I mean, there was guys that I want to stop and talk to, you know, guys that I watch and follow. And I got one thing that was cool at the suppressor shoot. I got to meet the guys from Moss Pond. Yeah. And Raphael, he's a trip. And him and Don and some of the other guys that were there, I talked to them for a long time. Then we went down and I met the guys they were out of Houston, Texas, that had brought the 7mm Magnum, the 6.5 Creedmoor. They had an AR-10. They had an AR-15, a couple other guns, and all suppressed, and we're just shooting it and stuff, and they're talking to me, and I'm probably going to wind up shipping them a gun to have suppressed by them. They were telling me I have a little Savage 17 HMR with a bull barrel on it. And he's like, oh, if you got the bull barrel, he said, you're already there. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, we'll just, however they do it. He didn't go into big detail, but basically they're going to drill the end of that bull barrel out, slide the sleeve in it for the suppressor, and then cap it on the end where you can take it in and out.
Wow.
$500. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, $500. He said, of course, you still got to pay he says, you still got to pay your stamp. But you'll have a suppressed 17 HMR with a bull barrel on it. I was
That's cool.
So that's probably going to have to go to Houston here pretty soon in the near future.
Only 2 years before you get back, Doug. Only 2 years.
I know. Dude, I do not know what is taking so long on my suppressor. It is killing me.
Somebody's flagged you or something. There's no reason it should take that long.
I guess. I have no idea, man. It's almost funny now, because I called down to the gun shop. I'm like, Dave, any word? He goes, nope. He said, but hey, it was cool the other day. The ATF was actually in there doing an inspection on their stuff that they have, and the only suppressor that he wanted to see out of all the ones that they have was mine.
The fix is in, man. The fix is in.
I guess. I'm like, well, it's there, because I go down and I get visitation rights every once in a while. I go down and talk to it and let it know it's going to get to come home someday. It's in suppressor jail.
It's in purgatory.
Yeah. I don't get it, man.
Pay its way out.
I don't understand.
Suppressor purgatory.
It is.
Oh, I've been there. My first suppressor took forever. I mean, forever. And I would call up and I'm like, "Is he coming yet?" No. Another couple weeks. Coming yet? He said, "I'll call you, man. I'll call you when it's in."
That's what Dave tells me. He goes, "Dude, I'll call you. It'll be 15 minutes when it comes in. I will call you." I'm like, I know.
Like forever. I mean, it did take forever for my first one. It was nuts. Hopefully we can get that retracted, or prohibited items. Mufflers are such dangerous items.
Oh, I know.
So let's see. Who else did we go by and see? Let's see. We went by and saw Zeke.
We did.
Saw Marty.
I never did get to see Marty. I never saw him when we were up there.
I saw him at the Grunt Style show. Grunt Style, whatever it was. Get together, hang out. Who else did we see? I saw Big Gunner 81 at Grunt Style. Him and his girlfriend. I don't know if they're married yet. I think they're getting married, or maybe they are married. Met them, got to talk to them for a while. Let's see what we talked to.
Who's the YouTuber? Man, I can see him, but I cannot think of his name right now to save my life. He white-headed. Usually, he ain't got no sleeves on his shirt. Older guy. Got
Jeff.
Yeah. Got the goatee braided.
Yeah, Jeff and Bo Quinn.
Yeah, from come on. What's their YouTube channel?
You hadn't asked me. I
know.
Gun
Blast. Yeah. So
yeah.
They came up to the Crossbreed booth when I was standing there talking to Justin. Got to talk to those guys for a little bit. He's a trip, man.
Oh yeah, hilarious. His wife just asked for prayer for Jeff. He's got diabetes. Most people know that. He's got some medical issues. Plus, he's taking care of his mother. His mother's like in pretty bad shape, and so they're trying to find a good caregiver for her. And so she asked for us to asked for his friends to pray for him and pray for them to be able to find a good caregiver for his mom. And of course, he's got two brothers as well, Bogue, and I'm sorry I can't remember his other brother, who's actually has a store down there in Tennessee.
Right.
I didn't get to see Dave.
I didn't either.
I know he was there.
Though.
We didn't run in the right circles. I didn't catch up with him. Ran to, who else we ran to? We were sitting there having lunch. Was what was that guy's name? The one running for NRA.
Adam.
Board of Directors. Adam, yeah. Ran to Adam. Got to talk to him while he sat down and talked with us for a while. He was out campaigning, so he was busy. I don't know if he got in or not. I didn't hear the final count. So Adam Kraut from him and John have that YouTube channel. Collective, the Gun Collective.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I got a letter from an email from NRA saying one of the Brownell boys was elected to the board.
Yeah. Yeah, he was expected to be the chairman. So
yeah,
he's the chairman of the board, Brownell.
Yeah.
I'm friends of Pete, and they're good people.
Hey,
you ever been out to Brownell's?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I go out there look at stuff all the time.
Actually, I'm at the actual place out in.
Oh no, I haven't been there.
Okay.
It's
worth the trip.
Yeah, I bet. My nephew's girlfriend, who they'll probably wind up getting married or something. Who knows? You never know. Nicole was there. They came down from Kentucky Gun Company.
Oh yeah.
And so I went over and hung out with them for a little bit, and actually got to talk to Patrick, the owner, a little bit. And he was interested in doing something with the show as well. So cool. Stay tuned for that, because we may start working with those guys. They got good prices on guns. They didn't bring a whole lot of stuff with them to the show this time, but Patrick wound up going back home
with a firing pin in it.
I know.
It's nuts. Oh well. But they're 25 miles from my house now, so
yes.
I bought 3 Christmas presents over there this December for the kids. So I frequent their place every once in a while.
Yeah, I frequent it all the time, online and stuff.
Online.
Yep.
Yeah, they get some good deals. Yeah, they were talking about getting a trailer to go around and do these shows, like local events and stuff, and sit up and sell guns there at the shows, and accessories, things like that. And so I heard her talk about that, and I said, "Hey, I know somebody that's got one of those trailers that they're wanting to get rid of." And so I was walking around, and I saw Zach, our buddy, over at Lone Wolf, and they were talking about getting a show trailer. And he's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You know who you're talking to?" I was like, "Let me text Doug." And he said, "Oh, it's Nicole." I was like, "Yeah, it's Nicole over there." And I said, he said, JR is the owner of Lone Wolf. And so we was back there in the back talking. We was back there catching up on all the new stuff that they were doing. And I was sitting in, they got a little like a table area back in the back. And we were sitting there talking. JR came in. He let me stay at his place last summer when Gunner and I were traveling through. And it was very, very gracious to let us stay there at his really, really nice place right there on the Priest River. It was beautiful. He's getting ready to sell that. It was a really good price for what it is. So, but I'm digressing. So I mentioned to him that they were interested in getting a show trailer. He said, "Go over there right now, Zach, and talk to him." So maybe they worked out a deal. I don't know. I didn't follow up on it, but Zach was going over to talk to Nicole, and he said he talked to her about their show trailer. That big show trailer they had at NRA in Houston, and plus they had it several places. It's be perfect for Kentucky Gun Company,
Mm-hmm.
because they could go all over the state, set up at these big sporting events, whatever, set up, sell stuff right out of the trailer there. That would be
There
cool.
you go.
So maybe we hooked them up with a deal.
Yeah, we did our part.
We did our part. Yeah, Lone Wolf, they don't sponsor a show, but they're good friends of mine. And of course, if you guys know Zach from Lone Wolf, he used to be on with Jake when they first started. They were the Guns.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was their show. And so he used to be on there with them. He's got too busy, and I mean, he's a busy guy over there at Lone Wolf now. He used to be in marketing. Now he's pretty much doing the day-to-day running operations kind of situation. So, I mean, just tons of people. We could stay here all night and talk about everybody we went and saw. But if you're not an NRA member, join. You use our link whenever we get our website back up.
Mm-hmm.
you can get our link and join, and they'll send us a little bit of love. But join the NRA and go to these meetings. It's great. You'll meet people that become as close as family to you. A lot of these guys that sponsor our shows are just like other brothers from other mothers. They're just guys that philosophy, and most of these guys are faithful. I mean, they believe in God. They some are closer than others, but they're all different paths on the trail there. But just a lot of good people in this industry, and and you can come out and meet Doug and I for what that's worth.
Yeah,
we enjoy it. I mean, we enjoy getting to talk to you guys, and as a show, just grab her arm. Well, be careful about grabbing my arm, but just say, "Hey, Troy, hey, Doug, what's going on, man?" And that just happened to me. I see people on the escalators, "Hey, Troy," and it's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And there's 5,000 people between you in about 30 seconds, but I love going to the shows. This year I was just so busy. I was just like, I'm not going to go. I told Chris, told my wife, I said, I'm just not going to go. We just got too much going on. We got too much expense going on. We just, I'm just going to stay home. As you get closer and closer to the time, I'm like, man, I really want to go. She said, let's just go and go. And I'm glad I did. I would have been cheap until next year. I tell you, I had to wait a whole other year to see you guys, see all the cool stuff out there.
It was a lot of fun. We also got. We didn't talk about this one.
Oh yeah,
we got to meet Dana. And she signed our books, and she was doing a book signing right there at actually she was at Triumph, I think is who she was actually with, right there Triumph Triumph Systems with right next to Jeff Axelson and those guys. They're all together. Guys. Yeah, they're all together. And she was doing a book signing, and got to walk up and talk to her, and actually, I wound up getting the last book that they had. So,
oh wow, you got mine just in time. Then
I did. It was perfect timing. So,
her husband came up to me and said, "Hey, you want guide guns?" He said, "I know you guys." He said, "Hey, come over here. Let me have Dana get you a book." And I was like, "Okay." He said, "Let me take a picture." So he took a picture of me, and we posted up on Instagram. But she's got Bibleverse tattooed on her arm.
Yeah, I didn't see what the whole thing was. It's Ephesians something.
I think 20 and 21 was the verses. And I looked it up to see what it was, but I can quote off the top of my head right now. But if my computer was any faster, I would try to pull it up right now, but we'll be all night trying to get that tab. This old Windows machine's about to crash on me here.
Yeah.
Switch everything over to the Apple that I've bought like 2 years ago to do that. I'm running two computers right now.
I watched Ron. I walked by the NRA stage at one point, and he was on Cam and Company.
Yeah,
they were up there chatting and talking and stuff. So he's a busy dude, man. Everywhere he goes, which one, he's not hard to miss. So you can see him coming half a mile away.
Yeah,
and everybody knows Ron wants to get their picture with him and
Yeah.
hang out and talk to him.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. All right. Anything else you want to say? I guess we're wrapping this up. People are going to be saying, all right, y'all getting boring. I'm getting out of here.
Yep. A lot of fun. If you've never been, you should go.
It was a great time. All right. So the ways you can help out our show, you can join the NRA like we talked about just a while ago. Click on our link whenever your website working again. And it'll send us a little bit of love, and you get to and be able to go to the show next year. You just walk up and show them your NRA card. You don't have to pay anything. You just walk around in your whole family. DVOR, DVOR. We talked about John. Not John. We talked about it's Laser Activated Shot Report. I'm getting out of order here. DVOR is a clearinghouse for Optics Planet, and if you don't know what that is, check it out. It is some of the best deals I've ever seen. If you're looking for something, they probably have it or will have it within a month. If you're willing to wait around and look for it. Laser Activated Shot Report. Talked about seeing John there at NRA. Great practice training aid. Use your CERT pistol or any kind of laser activated device and your webcam on your camera, webcam on your computer, and you can download the program. I mean, literally, guys, you can click on our link. Well, if you could click on our link, you could click on our link, and it would you could download the product within probably 10 minutes of the time you sign in and fill it out and have it up and running. And be dry firing in your house if it's raining, snowing, 110 degrees, whatever, mosquito invasion. You could be inside a nice comfort in your home and practice that indexing, practice, pulling from concealment and breaking that shot, practice breaking that trigger and not moving that dot on your laser. And that just working on that trigger control, working on your pulling from concealment. It's all safe. They've got CERT. It's not our doesn't sponsor our show, but they should. Mike Hughes, cool pistols. They've got the Glock 17 like this one. They've got Smith & Wesson. I think they've got another one now or two. They've got a bolt drop in your AR, so you can practice with your AR in your house with the laser bolt. But they don't really sponsor the show, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. So that's that. Hoplite Armor. If you need body armor, Hoplite Armor. Our buddy, gosh, I'm getting so old. I tell you.
I know, right?
Check it out. There's a link in our show notes, and there'll be a link other places on our website to get body armor there. We are a distributor for them, and so they send us a little bit of love if you guys buy armor. And I'm playing around here trying to get the guy's name in my head, and I'm just drawing blanks. So I'll get here in a minute. Doug, go ahead with Froglube.
Froglube, the non-petroleum based minty fresh lubricant for your gun. If you need a gun cleaned, we showed you a while ago the new degreaser. Go get some of that. I'm going to do a video on it, and I'm going to give a gun a bath and show you what it does and how Froglube actually works once you get it clean and get it lubed back up. But it's one of the best lubricants I've ever used, and it just works. And as Larry says, it saves marriages because it just smells good too. So your significant other won't get upset at you when you're cleaning guns in the living room. So go check those guys out at froglube.com and use our promo code God and Guns when you check out and get a 10% discount on Troy and myself. Last but not least,
Real
Crossbreed.
Quick.
Yep.
Hey, Lyman Bishop. I'm sorry, Lyman. I didn't mean Lyman Bishop up there in Montana, up there in the Kelly Spill area of Montana. Sorry, jump back in. Dude.
No problem. Last but not least, Crossbreed Holsters. Thank you, Justin, Carol, all you guys at Crossbreed for letting Troy and I hang out with you up at the NRA this past week. We had a blast. It was fun. Go check those guys out. The new Founders Edition holster. It was really cool. Justin was showing me that that leather, the way they do it, it's pressed down
Dun, dun.
with like 100,000-pound press. And Justin swears up and down that leather's the same diameter as the old leather, but
Thickness.
to me it feels thicker. It may just be the kind of leather that it is, but it's comfortable. I broke mine in a day and a half. At the NRA show, and it gets these neat. They're not cracks, but it looks like cracks. And when you get your new holster, they ship out a little bottle of leather conditioner that comes with it, that as it starts to wear, you can put that conditioner on it, and it actually helps change the color even more. And it gets dark. The more you wear it, the darker it gets. Very cool. Check it out. They make the Super Tuck, Freedom Carry. If you're carrying a gun anywhere, Crossbreed Holster makes a holster for you. Go check those guys out and look them up. Crossbreedholsters.com. Carry the cross.
Carry the cross. Well, Doug, looks like that's about it. You got NRA Armed Citizen, and then
I do have one. So NRA Armed Citizen this week comes to us from from Orlando, Florida. This article is from James Kelly. It was updated on May the 4th. Orlando, Florida, a resident shot an armed intruder early Thursday at an apartment complex, the Orlando Police Department said. Now remember we talk about that. A group of armed intruders barged into an apartment at Devonbriar Way shortly after 3 a.m. in the Regent's Garden Apartments near South Sonoran Boulevard and Pershing Avenue. Orlando Police Lieutenant Daniel Bradley said shots were fired between the suspect and the victim. Bradley said one of the suspects was critically wounded and none of the victims were injured. The wounded intruder, whose identity wasn't released, was taken to Orlando Regional Medical Center. The other intruders fled in a possible silver Volkswagen, Brady said. Investigators said the victim didn't know the intruders. No other details were given. So that just tells you right there. That's why I tell my wife, she does not need to be carrying a .38 revolver. You only got 5, maybe 6 shots, depending on the revolver. Get you something that has more rounds. That's why I got her a Glock.
Or 2 guns.
Intruders just don't come in ones no more. They come in multiples.
Yeah, packs now. It seems to be that way everywhere. There was a thing happened here in Kentucky. It was in Bowling Green. Three people broke into a house. There was one in a car. It was 4 people busted in. One of them got shot, and the other ones took off running. That's what seems to happen if you got a gun handy.
Yeah.
I mean, but you never know. I mean, if they come in guns blazing, you better have that's why I went to the Glock 19, guys. I mean, I used to be a 45 guy, carried the Glock 30S. You guys know that if you've been listening for a long time. Carried the 30S for 2-3 years, and I was like, man, every one of these things I'm hearing, multiple intruders, multiple break-ins, and especially since I've been doing church security. If you got some kind of wacko there coming in, you're gonna be outgunned if they were carrying a rifle or whatever, and you just got a revolver or something. That's the reason I went to more magazines. People laugh at me. You got 50 rounds on you for you. If there's 3 or 4 guys, and you got to keep your head down. You got to cover. I mean, because you got to move to cover. So right, you got to have rounds to get you to cover. So you got to keep their heads down while you seek out cover. If you're out in the open and you're in a parking lot, you're in a hallway. It's their direction, and you're going to get behind a door or in a door frame or somewhere to get you some kind of a concealment and some kind of protection, ballistic protection. So that's why I went with a high round count 9mm. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you just need a 45. I love 45. I carry a whole lot more 9mm, and that gives me time. I think that's and a lot of my friends that are military guys and are professionally trained, and a lot of gun instructors that I go to, they're like, 9mm get the job done. If you'll learn how to shoot right, and you can get proper shot placement, you can do everything you need to with a 9, and you'll have more rounds to be able to put down range and be able to take on more people. And, it sounds like we're paranoid, but it's just these days.
Oh yeah. Did you see that video I posted the other day about the guy's top 5 concealed carry guns?
I loved it. Number 5.
Number 5, the Glock 19. Number 4,
Glock 19.
the Glock 19. I thought that was so funny, man. I was like, I gotta post that. Oh, hey, did you see the other one I posted? I can't remember if I posted it last night or this morning. HK is building a plant in Columbus, Georgia.
I heard that. Where's Georgia, man? Everybody's building plants in Georgia.
I know, that's gonna be cool, man. I may have to put an application. I'll be their quality guy or something.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I can learn.
Nicht sehr gut.
Ein.
All right. So where are we at? Okay. Well, I guess that's the end. You got anything else, Doug?
I'm good. That's it. I'm sure they're tired of this.
Anything else? See, we got Doug Schultz on here. We've got Wally was on there. We got who else was on there? Steve. Our buddy Steve was on there.
Steve, we missed you, man.
I know, man. We always see Steve at the shows, man. With them this year.
Steve is he was like a celebrity too, because his on the NRA webpage this year for the annual meeting this year, Steve and his wife were right there pictured. So they got captured in one of the pictures from the year before last. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he got to sit. We were sitting there last year, and Hickok came up, was talking to him. Yeah. So, good time. I look forward to next time, and I'm gonna try to go shot this year. Unforeseen or next year. I guess it'll be in January next year. Hopefully, it won't be the week you want me to go duck hunting, but
yeah,
I should be guiding. You won't get to go again because you'll be guiding all them ducks, aren't you?
Yeah, they just put shot at a horrible time of the year for me, man.
You need to get an assistant for that week and go with me out to SHOT Show.
Well, hey, believe it or not, I actually have a guy. Looks like I have a guy hired for the weeks that I won't be able to go out there for whatever reason. I got a guy that's going to do the guiding, so I can still book hunts and stuff, and he's really good. So he's gonna take folks out for me, and he'll treat them right.
Cool. Well, plug your website and stuff. You haven't talked about tonight.
Oh yeah, go check it out. The new guide service that we started, Stuttgart, Arkansas, for duck hunting. Go check us out. It's www.fowlintent.com. You can also follow the site on Facebook, facebook.com/fowl intent guide service. So if you're a duck hunter and you want to go, wow, we got a primo spot.
Yep. Have you got an Instagram account yet?
I do have an Instagram. It's Fowl Intent Guide Service. I switched mine over, and my wife was trying to teach me how today to have 2 accounts. So I just took my other Instagram and turned it around.
Yep. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. So you send your feedback to Troy@guidandgunspodcast.com or
Doug@guidandgunspodcast.com.
Please tell your friends about us. Leave us an iTunes review. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guidandgunspodcast. You can like us on YouTube. YouTube channel is listed here. I can't put all that out, but it's a big, long hyperlink there. It's in our show notes. Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter. So if there's anything on Twitter, it's probably coming from YouTube or from Instagram because I'm not that Twitter literate. Try to put stuff on there every once in a while. But Instagram, we're growing over there. So try to put things on Instagram. I didn't get to put as many pictures as I wanted to. I meant to take more pictures, but I just got to talking and I need to get my kids to go with me and take pictures and videos so I can just focus on talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
I get distracted. I forget. And we have visitors. We have our listeners come up and say hello, and I forget to get a picture with them. Sometimes they take a picture with me, but I don't have their picture. So if you got a picture with me at the show, if you want to send it, we'll put it on Instagram, or just if you got an Instagram account, just tag us at it.
Exactly.
All right. MeWe, search for something MeWe. I don't really have a presence in MeWe other than I just do gun trades over there. If Facebook takes us down and other places take us down, we'll probably end up migrating there and gun district and all that stuff. Website is down because of a hacking issue. Doug's going to get it back up this week, but it's GodandGunsPodcast.com. So until next week, Doug, until next time, Doug, have a blessed week.
Hey, keep your guns close, but keep your Bible closer. Have a good night, fellas.
Hey, Steve says he's going to go to the SHOT Show with us.
Is he?
I gave him an invitation. He'll have to be my cameraman.
There you go.
We'll get him to go. Yeah. It's a long drive by yourself. Because I don't fly. Steve probably won't fly. The guys commenting here over here in the things. Yeah, Wally. Hey, good night, Wally. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see y'all next time.
Good night.
It's Adora.